Hello, my fellow bookish friend. Today I've got another recommendation for you from the adeptness of Marty M. Alston. It's titled I Am a Man When It Isn't Your Fault, Rise, Recover, and Leave. This is actually a memoir detailing Marty's experience with his girlfriend, which happens to be a narcissist. I love the introduction of the book. At first, Marty introduced us to his background. This has to do with information about his background, how his grandparents taught him in the way of the Lord, and how he was made to grow on this way. I was made to do things in the way of the Lord, and how this upbringing actually impacted his life. From the first chapter, Martin talked about his experience with his narcissist girlfriend, and here it's very sad actually. It's quite emotional, it's quite pulling because when I was reading through the chapters, when I was reading through the paragraphs, it really speaks of what most people are currently experiencing as far as relationship is concerned. In one of the author's notes section, this particular part is very deep, very sad as well, quite pulling and thought provoking. Okay, I first love to talk about Marty's experience with his girlfriend that did not went well. Actually, from the very first start, Marty met this lady in the church. It felt as if, yeah, he's gotten the right person for himself. And at this particular time, there's a particular day whereby the priest or the pastor made an announcement that he should go all three people. To consider this a very good opportunity for him to be able to assess, her, and from there they stay in contact and get together and started, talking. I love the way Marty position the book. The first chapter talk about love bomb stage. It was a stage whereby the love was so strong. They talk oftentimes, they communicate frequently until the whole thing began to diminish gradually. Why did it diminish? It reduces because some certain things that most people actually experience, not only with Marty's case, but I love to consider the book a look into what some other people are passing through and experiencing. And when it comes to narcissism, most times people perceive or view it as if it's something or it's a particular disorder, a behavioral disorder that is more particular to men alone, like a particular gender. Or, I'm a man made mention that, yeah, some females can also be narcissistic. And by the way, narcissism makes no respect of gender. This is about psychology, this is about human behavior. And here, Martin's experience with his girlfriend was quite very sad. At first, during the of love of the thing, it was quite fun and lovely until things began to turn apart. One of the things that's responsible for this relationship issue, I think, it's the mother of the lady. She keep interfering in their personal issues. At some point, she even asked Marty kind of a silly question. Yeah, I consider it silly because reading through it, I was like, oh no, that shouldn't come from a to-be mother-in-law, I'd say. Anyway, so that aside, the lady has been giving Marty some red flags, which I think contributed to the whole scenarios and thing. And I was quite shocked reading through the section where Marty's mother died. Marty happens to be the only son and child of his own mother. And when he lost his mother, he was in quite a lot of terrible situation. He even had to call this lady. Marty told her that he lost his mother. I was quite surprised by her nonchalant response. She was like, I don't care, we're not together anymore, so I don't care whatever happens to you. And this part actually got me. I was like, oh, really? That's quite sad because even if you guys are once lover, even if you guys are not together anymore, at least show a bit of compassion, show a bit of empathy, let you be concerned that, oh, yeah, you feel concerned about the death of your once lover, I'd say. So there's a lot in there actually. Then there's some point whereby she keep going together with her ex, she keep visiting her ex, and men keep coming around her place, and it was. And at that point, Marty was already falling in love with her, so it was quite difficult for him to adjust or to pull back. Love is very strong, and it's something that is bad when you feel an heartbrokenness, when someone broke your heart. So it's a terrible thing. So yeah, Matthew talked about his experience with a narcissist girlfriend, which was quite very sad and quite pulling. Before I wrap up my review, I'd love to read a particular section. Not all the section actually, I'll just read some paragraph in the author's notes section, just so you might want to have an idea again of what the book is all about. So the author's note section goes like this. People have gone out of their way to discredit me when it doesn't fit their lie. They have literally laughed hard, scoffed at, and mocked my pain, posted unfounded opinions, and created narrative about experiences that they were not there for. They have created false fairy tales in their minds and then built empire of lies around those fairy tales to give them life. People have disrespected me and endlessly treated me as though I did not exist. And it's disheartening to say the least. But God is the ultimate vindicator. And now I just remember this particular section in the book. When Marty's mother burial was going on, the way they treated him there was quite very sad. Very, very sad. I wasn't expecting that because they never even considered him to be present. They never treated him as if he's not there. That alone is very disrespectful. Then there's another side I'd love to read here. If ever someone had an excuse to live a life devoid of purpose, it was me. Ostracized by everyone I'd love and who was supposed to love me, married and divorced, then beaten through a pump by my ex-wife brother. My life was literally one traumatic experience after the next. I still held onto hope. I still felt as though there was someone out there for me. Then there's another section I'd love to read. Yeah. Okay, I felt I had no purpose. I spent my years, days, hours, and minutes alone, and no one noticed I wasn't present. It was as if I'd ceased to exist. I became suicidal without hope. There's actually more to talk about Marty M. Axton's I'm a Man when it isn't your fault to rise, recover, and leave. But but in my attempt to make this review spoiler free, I would resist from revealing more just so I don't give much away. If you're the type that love memoirs, if you're the type that love narcissistic behavioral issues, if you're the type that love to read more about relationship issues, if you're the type that love real life stories, non-fiction, and want to explore more on things about relationship, more particularly on how to handle a narcissist and even how to realize or discern or recognize that this one is one. Because one of the things Martin mentioned in the book was the fact that narcissism is not written on one's forehead. So people can have a character that is outwardly charming, very lovely and admirable, and right deep inside of them, they are beast. They are as cruel as anything. And this is actually one of the things that I think Matt is trying to communicate in the book. So if you would love to get a copy of I Am a Man, When It Isn't Your Fault to Rush to Cover and Leave by Marty M. Alston, I left a link in the description part of this review where you can get a copy directly on Amazon. I'd love to link to one of my review of another books by Marty M. Alston. I cannot find it currently, but it's titled Part of Sexual Indiscretion in the Church at Large, also by Marty. Amazing book, very lovely. Yeah, so this one I'm gonna stop my review of Marty M. Alston's I'm a Man, When It Isn't Your Fault to Rush to Cover and Leave. See you in my next video. Goodbye.